Hi guys, this is a video demonstration of the Test Electronics protector style test fixture. This is our smallest protector. It's 8 inches wide by 15 inches deep. These come in increments of 2 larger, 10 inches wide, 12, all the way up to 24 inches wide. Now the unique thing about a protector is the way it works is the bed of what's normally the bed of nails plate is simply a plate to cradle the board. And it's a 3-plate system. Underneath is the bed of nails plate that raises and lowers as I pull this handle. If you can see the pins coming up and down, a better way to let you see this from the camera is to set the circuit board in there, and you can see the board raising and lowering on top of the test pins as I pull and release this handle. Now the way this works is the press plate comes down on the board, it's clamped down, and you pull the handle which presses the pins against the board from the bottom, and this clamping action presses the pins against the board from the top. Then you release the bottom plate, release the top plate, and you can remove the board under test, replace it, and cycle through that same thing over again. Actuate the press plate, actuate the bond plate, perform the test, release the bond plate, release the press plate, remove the board. It's that easy. There's 3 reasons for using a protector. The first is if you have a massive board with big heavy components on it, like big transformers or inductors, you cannot hit the test pins from the side and damage them with that heavy board because they're below the surface when this handle is lowered. That's one reason. The other reason is anti-static fixtures, black test fixtures. They're made out of this kind of anti-static material instead of the green FR4. They're made out of this black carbon impregnated FR4. And the third reason is for small precision boards like this, or even large precision boards. Boards where you have 25 mil center to center pin spacing, trying to probe pads that are 10 mil in diameter, or vias. As long as the through hole on the via isn't too small, because those 25 mil pins are very small and they'll go through little holes. That's what this is. In addition, this is kind of a special application where we're probing this connector right here with a connector installed in the fixture right here, the mating connector. Because there's no test access to this board other than through this connector. So that's what this is doing, and let me show you how to access the various parts of this test fixture. So let's start with the inside of the fixture. How to get inside the fixture is very easy. There's 2 screws on the bottom. You just remove this bottom cover with these 2 screws, and you have full access to the inside of the fixture. Now we have some multiplexer boards, a short finder in here. This fixture has not been completed yet. The customer wants to update the front panel, so it's left blank, and the rear panel is also blank except for this power entry module and an open hole for the USB that they plan to put in later. And these panels are really simple to modify. It's basically front panel is this flat piece of aluminum, and the rear panel could be this, but in this case it ended up being 2 modules like this. So that's basically how easy it is to modify the front and back panel and how to take this apart and access the insides of the fixture. So putting it back together, you just put the plate back on and put in the 2 screws. Now to access the top side, the test pins, you remove these 4 screws here, and this bed of the middle plate, not the bed of nails plate. The bed of nails plate is under the middle plate. This is a 3-plate set. This middle plate simply cradles the board between the bed of nails plate and the press plate. So the way this is removed is I turn it on its side and I use the handle to work this out, And this plate comes right out. I'm doing it from the side, so it's a little bit difficult for me. Let me get on this part side there. That makes it easier. I'll stand on this side of the camera. So the plate just comes out like that. And now you can access the test pins, remove this board with the connector if you need. So I can now show you how this connector would work like this. They fit together basically like that. Very simple. To remove a test pin, you simply pull it out with some pliers. And then you can replace this test pin with a longer one. Let me get another one. You're not supposed to actually touch these with your fingers. There we go. It can cause corrosion. Remember that. And I press it in with a soft piece of plastic like that. Then to put it back together, you just put the plate on like this. And whoops, I forgot the springs. So let me put the springs in. I get to show you how to take the plate out again. So, when you put it back together, make sure to put in the springs. And I put the springs together so they kind of stuck together. There we go. I separate the springs, put them in their sockets, and then you can drop the plate in. Just like that. The plate goes right in. Make sure you lower the handle. And you can put your 4 screws in, just like this. Sometimes it's nice when the demonstrator makes little mistakes. It kind of points out stuff you could make a mistake in, forgetting to put in the springs or that kind of thing, and how easy it is just to take it apart and put it together. So now I like to tighten these down in a crisscross fashion, like this. So it kind of self-aligns, and now it's all back together again. Put the board in, and you can perform your tests. Now that's how to take apart the bed of nails plate and access the inside of the fixture. Now to access the press plate, you simply remove this plastic cover. And I'll do that. And then you have access to all the wiring. And there's a few other neat things you can do too underneath this plastic cover, besides accessing the wiring and the test pins. So just remove this cover like that. Now you have access to all this wiring and test pins. If you remove this test pin block here, you can access the test pins for replacement, and also you can see the holes and make sure your board is aligned. So now you can replace these test pins, and you can also view straight down here and make sure that the board test pads align with the holes. You can actually see the test pads over the board looking down like that. Now to put this back together, we need to remove the board so we don't have to overcome the force of the test pins. And you just put the plate right back in place, set it down, and tighten up the 2 screws. It's that easy to take these fixtures apart, to access all the pins, to maintain them. We design them so they're easy to take apart and maintain, because you're going to need to do that. And to keep your fixtures up to date, make modifications. Now to modify these plates, you saw how to remove the bottom plate to modify it. This top plate comes off very easy with one quick pull of this hinge pin right here. This whole press plate will come off so that you can machine it. That easy, just like that. Now I'll put the hinge pin back in, and it's back together again. So this concludes the video demonstration of the 8-inch, our smallest 8-inch protector test fixture from Test Electronics. If you found this video informative and would like to see more videos like this, there are more available on testelectronics.com. Thanks for watching.